What is going on, Cyber fam? It looks like we got some awesome, really big news in the tech community in the past few days. Looks like Microsoft has decided to buy Activision Blizzard for a whopping $68.7 billion.
$100 billion.
Man, I told you guys, man. I told you guys, these guys, Microsoft, especially Microsoft, are in absolute like beast mode right now. These guys, if they have their sights set on something, they're gonna go and get it, man. They're gonna go and get it. Under the leadership of Satya Nadella, these guys have been executing at another level. They were basically a dying company for the most part. Like most developers and everyone else in the tech community were kind of crapping on them for a bit because they were very stagnant, and all they really did was, it's almost like they were this old man trying to lash out at young kids for being young. Do you know what I mean? Like every time Apple or anyone else would make a product, they would just come right in with a happier product and say, oh, buy it, and like do marketing and do all sorts of dumb stuff that never worked. They came out with the iPod, Microsoft came out with the Zoom. Now, all things considered, Zoom was actually kind of cool. It just sucked for that music part where you could only listen to it for like once or twice or something, and then it would go away, which is really stupid. Yeah, and then Apple came out with the iPhone, or Nexus from Google, or whatever the case is, and then Microsoft came out with the Windows Phone. Again, not that bad of a product, but the problem was it wasn't really that much better. Actually, it was a little bit worse than anything else you can get in the market, right? So it's like, instead of doing stuff like that, they went from being the zombie company that would just, as soon as you'd make noise, they would come like running at you and attack you for no reason, to, if you guys are familiar with One Punch Man, they become like Zombie Man, basically, right? Like the super boss zombie that just, still an old company that just refuses to die, but is now actually sentient and is coming at you with everything it's got in a smart way. Like under Satya Nadella, these guys have really executed really well. So we gotta take our hats off to this guy. He's actually done a job as a CEO. He's opened up a lot of stuff from Microsoft to the open source community, which nobody ever thought was going to happen, right? That's one. So they appeases the devs. With the exception of maybe like Mixer, they've done a pretty decent job in the gaming side of it. There's enterprise software has been absolutely crushing it out there. The business of Microsoft has just really gotten better. It's like they found a new life, right? Now, I don't own any Microsoft stock. I'm not a shareholder in any way. I'm just commenting from the sideline as a tech person, really, for the most part, right? Now, the reason why I say this is good for Palantir, right? Let's just get that out of the way, is because Microsoft was one of those competitors where I really thought that they were going to come try to solidify their enterprise stake. Do you know what I mean? I thought that they would see Palantir in the horizon. They would say, okay, like we're definitely going to sit there and we're not going to take it from this small like company and that just wants to do things differently or whatever the case is. I thought they would try to plant their stake and do as best as they can to try to muscle these guys out. Either that or they would muscle everyone else out. I actually thought what would happen was they would muscle everyone else out and then partner with Palantir. But what's happening now, and this makes sense a little bit, Microsoft has always tried to get into the consumer side of it. They've always been second, third, and especially in the bomber side of it, they've been like fourth. This time, I think it's a little bit different. I think the play that they're trying to make here is a little bit ahead of what they've always been doing before. It's a little bit different. Pretty much only one thing on these guys' mind, and it's got one word: metaverse. Yeah, well, I guess that's one word. Is it like hyphenated or something? Whatever. But they're trying to go after the metaverse in a big way. On top of that, I think they're almost launching like a war on two fronts, where they're waging a war against Stadia and Google. So for cloud gaming, which, by the way, Stadia is a fantastic product. I have it. I know there's lots of people that have crappy reviews on it, but I don't know. I have it. I play it almost every day, and I think it's a fantastic product. The only thing is, I really wish they had some multiplayer options, like Call of Duty. She needs to be on there, man. That would be kind of fun. But anyway, yeah, so they're going to compete with Stadia on the cloud gaming side of it. And then on the other side of it, they're going to compete with Facebook on the metaverse side. That's going to be a tough one because Facebook has Oculus, and Oculus is, again, really good product. I think Microsoft is taking another stake and saying, okay, we're going to boldly go into the metaverse with everything we've got. And instead of building something homegrown and hoping for the best, we're going to buy a market leader. Like they're now, with this acquisition, the third largest gaming company by revenue. Like Microsoft, guys, that's crazy. And they have some background in this stuff, right? With Bungie and Halo and that kind of stuff. So they make Xbox. It's not like they're unaware of this. They're very familiar with what's happening here. So maybe they thought that the whole Project Scarlet thing was kind of like a fail. And instead of going the console route, they're going to go and buy a full gaming company just so they can own the distribution rights of some of these games and stuff like that, which is actually a pretty smart move if you think about it. Anyway, back to the Palantir stuff. I think now Microsoft has realized that they have a pretty strong lead in the enterprise side of it. to a point where I think they're using it as a cash cow. I think they've always wanted to go to the consumer side, like we were just alluding to. So what's happening now is, while they're going to focus on waging war on the consumer side, they might let some of these companies through, like Palantir. But they probably have Palantir on their horizon saying, these guys are pretty good. So instead of just fighting them and wasting all our resources, let's buy Activision Blizzard and head in this direction. Let's let them compete for us. When they get to a certain point, we'll use our industry experts and sort of relationships, and we can partner with them to become second place. I think that's probably the strategy they're going to employ, in which case Palantir is only going to grow. This is one huge competitor that didn't show up to the race. Okay? They still have Salesforce, Oracle, maybe one or two other competitors to deal with. But this is huge. At least it gives them a 5-year window of them to just completely just do whatever they have to without worrying about something like Microsoft pulling them down by any means, right? This is huge, guys. For me, like I was definitely a little bit worried about the whole Microsoft competition side of it. Now it's Salesforce. To be honest, when they acquired Tableau, I thought was they're going to do something really crazy with that. Even though that's just a presentation layer side of it, they haven't really done too much. I mean, I don't know about it, but even Salesforce is just relying mostly on their CRM side. But you know, we'll see what these guys are going to do. It seems more to me like Palantir is ahead of everyone on this. From like, it's a no-brainer by getting the one company in big tech that loves to compete and that loves to move, you know, in a direction where someone else already is and try to muscle them out. This is huge. I think Microsoft in the enterprise side is going to take what they currently have. They have a very good business in the enterprise side, so I don't think they're worried too much about it, of course, at least not in the short term, the next 5-6 years. They have good industry relationships and stuff, so they're probably going to bank on that a little bit, try to get as much as they can from the metaverse and the consumer side of things. And when new lines open up, thanks to Palantir, I think they'll jump on that as well. But this is not for later. Like Microsoft is the type of company that won't do anything until a lane is open. Do you see what I'm saying here? So Facebook and other companies open the lane from metaverse, they jump in with a huge acquisition. Palantir is going to open up a lane in changing the way that enterprise SaaS works. You best believe they're going to jump in and do some sort of acquisition or just partner with Palantir as much as possible. Mark this down. I feel like this is going to happen maybe 5-6 years from now when Palantir really takes off and all of the partnerships that they're doing now are really going to bear fruit. I could be wrong, but this is what I feel just from the things that I'm seeing, from all the chess pieces moving. So let's see what happens, man. Pretty exciting times, guys. Pretty exciting. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about Microsoft and the metaverse? Why don't you guys let me know in the comment section below. I really feel like the future that we're going into is absolutely amazing. I can't wait for all the new products that are going to come out. And I just feel like, you know, it's like, what a time to be alive. You know what I mean? It's really exciting times, guys. Anyway, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. That's it for me. I'll let you guys go. Catch y'all later. Peace.